so we always remember.
Thought it'd be a really good day to go on a little tour. It's been raining so much, but when it gets sunny like this, everything just comes alive. And it's finally August and things are really growing. This bed was great in theory, but we realized it's a little too shady because of this elm tree. So next year we may prune some of this back or just plant more shade-loving crops and annuals in here, or even perennials. This bed did super well. We have the cornflower here, some holy basil that the bees are just loving. And then we have some nasturtium, some amaranth, our first little snapdragon, dahlias back there, yet to bloom. In here we have some greens, some broccoli seedlings, some bok choy. It's kind of going to seed. This was just a bunch of seeds that were in the bottom of my seed box, and I was like, I don't know what you are, so I just planted them all here. I think it looks like maybe a tithonia, maybe a radish, I think some like bok choy or lettuce greens. Yeah, that was fun. Yeah, it's been a while. Oh shit, look at that caterpillar. Kales and cabbages. Excuse me, more things I just seeded here. Some collards, 2 heads of lettuce. This I want to revamp a little bit better. I want to tame this lemon balm a little bit more. A little annoyed with myself for planting it in here, but at least it's kind of in its own bed. We have a sad calendula here. Whoa. Yeah, things are starting to happen. Some sunflowers that are gonna flower, some snapdragons, some marigolds, cilantro, more holy basil. The holy basil is so prolific. It's kind of crazy. Nasturtiums, some more tithonia, sunflowers. These dahlias are gonna pop. Nigella, beets that look a little wilty because it's been the first sunny day in a while. Broccolini, collards charred, scallions, carrots. This I just seeded. I should probably re-water. Ooh, it's actually still pretty moist. Squash, cauliflower seedlings, some more seeds, peppers, flowers. Oh, this one's gonna pop any day. It's exciting. In here we have kind of a wild bed that we didn't do anything with. Maybe we'll do something with it next year. It's kind of valuable space. And then we have a second succession of carrots and beans back here. We had onions here that did not do well. That's okay, we got something. Big tomato line all the way down here, did really well. This was probably our most productive tomatoes that we had. We did some experiments with some new soil here, actually soil that we had prepared last season and covered with leaf mulch. And then it's just crazy the difference. Like, these are the biggest, the most established bed that we just keep adding more and more material to. This was slightly less established, but still a pretty large tomato plant. I need to trellis a bit better. And then here you can just tell these scraggly guys. This is a first year bed. This is a bed we made in like April. And clearly we just didn't have enough time for like the decompositions of all the materials. The onions that were in here just like completely died. Like I don't even know where they went. This was fully interplanted with onions. And I've also heard that onions and tomatoes don't really like being planted next to each other. So my bad. And then here's another example of a first bed. Like these are the exact same pepper plants right here. So again, this bed we made last spring or last fall, and then heavy leaf mulched, and then added more stuff on top when it came time to plant. And then this one was just a last minute, like, let's get a bed full of compost, and it's just not great. I mean, our soil, we did things a little bit differently. I mean, there's some cardboard at the base, but you know, it's just interesting. And next year when we add more and more stuff on top, it'll come back. It'll be really established. But we do have some signs of growth. This is supposed to be a banana pepper. I just like don't even know what happened to it. It turned purple. Maybe it's trying to turn red, or maybe it's going to be purple. I have no idea. But our shishitos over on this side are coming along really nicely. Some here, some on these littler plants, a lot on this one back in there. So that's nice to see that some things worked. And then over here we have sunchokes galore. Some bok choy that's going to seed, and then some butternut squash in here that I need to train to go up. Climb this trellis, sir. There you go. Climb it. Please climb it. And then some succession plants, some flowers I planted here. I have no idea what they are. I forgot what it was. Some broccoli. Let me just have the beautiful Joe Pye doing its thing. Then we have this bed, which we call the Three Brothers, or I don't know if that's actually the name. That's what Max called. We have sunchokes, ground nut in here that's climbing the sunchokes, and then wild strawberry at the base. Hopefully the wild strawberry gets a little bit more pervasive, and then these will be a cool little three brothers, sorry, not three sisters. Our asparagus bed, this probably could use some help. Here asparagus doesn't like weed pressure, but you know what? It's keeping the ground moist, even though it's been so moist. Probably didn't need help with that. More ground nut. These are pretty awesome. And if we kind of walk through the sunchoke forest, we have some massive elderberries here. These we planted right when we moved in 2 years ago. So these were literal sticks in the ground, probably maybe a foot tall. 2 years later, less than 2 years later, here we are today. I wonder if we can find the original stick. Actually, yes, I think it's this. I think it's this sad thing in the middle, and then all of these bigger branches just suckered up from this one plant in here. I really need to come in and weed the creeping Charlie, although it doesn't seem to mind it. Creeping Charlie has been kind of the bane of our existence here, because it just totally takes over areas. But in some ways it's a nice ground cover, but I've also heard that it's allelopathic. I don't know how you say that, but I gotta collect these seeds. Stat. More sunchokes, more sunchokes, more sunchokes. Some currants. Some beds we kind of just reestablished. This is going to be some green cabbage over here. These are some perennial things with beets interplanted. Another elderberry. This one has a very thick trunk. Pretty blue vervain that's kind of on its last legs, but look at her. She's so pretty. Wow. So next to this blueberry vein, we have our weed bed. This is just full of nettle, which we love nettle, so keep it coming. We'd love to establish a little nettle patch here to harvest from easily. Same goes over here. And also the Japanese beetles, they haven't necessarily been eating the nettle, but mating in it. So it's been nice because I think it's maybe because it's fuzzy and safe, but it's been nice because they've been going to the nettle, so it's easy to grab them, I guess, with the nettle. Let's see, we got a squishy squashy over here. I think this might be a butternut. I haven't seen any fruits yet. Kind of looks like a butternut. Oh, hello. I thought you were a tick. No, you're not. You can just go on. Thank you. More sunchokes. These beds need some help back here. These, we don't have much going on here. We need to revamp. This is a bed.
In the nursery, let's just follow like we did for here. Weed pretty heavily, throw it to the chickens, get some fresh soil, put it on, sheet mulch, cover that with wood chips, and we'll just do it for every bed. And also we gotta plant some Joe Pye into here, plus just divide all of our other wildflowers.